Sup YouTube, it's your boy Southside Customs back at it with another video. And today, I'll be taking one of the most iconic cartoon characters and turning them into some grilled iced out people, all with the use of AI generators and of course Photoshop. Um, Again, all resources used in this project are down in the description below, as well as a direct link to the AI generator that I use to generate the images before editing. Without any further ado, let's get into this video and enjoy. Okay, so first off, you're going to start by opening your first resource file. So I'm just going to click on File and Open. And then in the Assets file, I'm just going to click on the cartoon character and Open. Again, this file is free for download in the description below, so don't forget to check that out. Then I'm just going to select and enlarge the image to prepare it to be altered. As you can see, the tongue is a little bit off because this tends to happen with the AI generated images. So to fix that, I'm going to import a tongue PNG that I'm going to basically put on top of the initial image to just fix up the AI generated image to just enhance its look. So here I'm going to resize accordingly, and then I will wrap it around the tongue silhouette. Okay, so once you have it where you want it to be, you're just gonna press Ctrl T, and then you're gonna right click and go to wrap. And then what you're gonna do is just use these points to just drag the image and give it its overall shape until you're satisfied with the end result. Okay, so once that's done, I'm going to just lower the opacity down so that I can get the image, not the image, but the shadowing, okay, that's on the tongue. Okay, so I just dropped the opacity just to give me some guidance when doing this. I'm going to be using the paintbrush tool, and then I'm going to adjust the size of the paintbrush down to a sizable size to just not go over the teeth. And then I'm also going to drop the opacity below 40 to 45%, and then I'm going to just go to gradually go over where the shadow was initially. I'm doing this just to give the tongue some 3D depth, to just make it a little bit more realistic, to actually give the illusion that it's actually in the character's mouth. So once you have that figured, then you can just go over again with a couple more strokes just to enhance its depth until you're satisfied with the finished product. So once that's done, now we're just going to move on to the tag. Okay, so you're just going to go into open, and then I'm going to import the tag image and then drag it into the main subject. But before we do that, we're going to have to toggle our selection tool just to exclude the background that is unwanted. So with that, with the selection tool selected, I am going to go over the tag carefully around its images, around its edges, around its edges, to make sure that I exclude the unwanted background. And then once that is fully selected, then you're just going to hit Ctrl J. And then on layer 1, from the layer, you're just going to directly drag it into your main subject, and it's going to automatically appear. Then after, what you will do is gradually resize the tag on the dog's collar to make sure that it's just sizable of a size to be a tag, basically. And then you're just going to position it, of course. Okay, so once you have that selected, you're just going to click on layer 2 and hold shift and click on background, and then you're going to right click and you will just merge the layers, so it saves it as one image. And then we're just going to move on to the bread and butter of the video, which is making the grills of the cartoon character. For this, we're going to have our selection tool selected, and we're going to decrease the size to about 20 pixels, depending on which character you decide to work on, and of course, the size of their teeth. Then you're just going to carefully select using the selection tool. Then once that's selected, I'm going to make use of the pen tool to go over the more complex ridges and curves of the bottom row of the teeth. Again, when doing this might be a delicate process, so be sure to take your time when doing this and do not rush. So once that's fully selected, you're then going to right click and you're going to make a selection. I've made a mistake where I've made a selection and automatically the top row was buffed out. So I've hit Ctrl Z. I'm going to make a selection again. And then I'm going to both of the rows of the teeth are selected. Now I'm going to hit Ctrl J to put the selection into a new layer. And then I'm going to hold Ctrl and click to keep it selected. Now I'm going to import the diamond texture that I'll be using to give the grill effect. Okay, so once it's opened, I'm just going to import the image into our initial project, like so. I'm going to position the image to just get a little bit of that green, red, and yellow, orange-esque shiny sparkles in some key areas. So I'm just going to move it around till I'm satisfied with the positioning. Once that's done, you're just going to hold Control and click to have your selection. Then I'm going to right click on layer 2 and then I'm going to create a clipping mask. And this is what you should have. Now on the clipping mask, I'm going to go onto blend, and then I'm going to select hard light. And then on layer 1, I'm going to go to image, and then I'm going to go to adjustments and hue and saturation. I'm going to click colorize and then drop the saturation all the way to 0. And then I'm going to slightly move lightness somewhere around gray to black. What this is going to do is just give some depth and foreshadowing on the teeth edges to make it more realistic. And then I will just drop the opacity slightly. On layer 2, I will go to image, adjustments, and then I'm going to go to hue and saturation. I'm going to increase the saturation gradually to just give it a little bit of a shiny effect to enhance its shine basically, and then I'm going to slightly increase the lightness. Then you're going to click OK. I'll drop the opacity just to bring out the foreshadowing just a little bit more. Now I'm going to group layer 2 and layer 1 by holding Ctrl G to group, and then I'm going to label these teeth. Once that's labeled, I'm going to go into File and I'll click Open. Now I'm going to be bringing the shine and twinkle textures that are going to go over the teeth to just give it a sparkle effect. So with that, I'm going to import and resize accordingly. Once that's done, I'm going to hit Ctrl J, and then on the copy, I'm going to go into Filter, I'm going to go to Blur, and then I'll select Gaussian Blur. The radius can be anywhere from 100 to 250 to 300. And I'm going to hit OK. Then I'm just going to hit Ctrl J a couple more times to just enhance the shine effect. Then I'm going to go into File and I'll open once more. And then I'm going to import Shine 2. It's basically the same as Shine 1, but with a different shape. Again, you're going to repeat the same process as we did previously. Okay, so once you have all of that selected, you're now going to select all of the shine texture that you have just created by holding shift and selecting all of the layers, and then you're going to hit Ctrl G to group, and then I'm going to label it shine. Once that's successfully labeled, now I'm going to create a new layer, and with that I'm going to select the bucket tool to fill using a color picker. I'm going to select gray, and we're going to hit OK. So now what I'm simply going to do is just click on the layer to fill it with the color. Then I'm going to go into filter, and then I'm going to select noise and add noise, and I'm going to select an amount. Be sure to have it selected at Gaussian, and monochromatic has to be deselected. Then you're going to hit OK. Once that's done, you're going to go into blending mode and select screen. Then after that's selected, I'm going to drop the opacity down anywhere from 50 or 40%, or sometimes 30 to 50%. And then after, you should have something like this. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers.